Plaintiff Kavina Harris and her fiancé Reginald Thompson say Kavina met the defendant 10 years ago when she was a drug addict, and he was her dealer, and they became friends with benefits. After Kavina and Reginald got engaged, she paid the defendant to repair her car, but he failed to do so she's suing. Defendant Ira Brandt admits he met Kavina when he was selling drugs, but after a 3-year prison stint, he went back to school and turned his life around. Ira insists he repaired Kavina's car for free and therefore doesn't owe her for anything.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
I met the defendant Ira Brandt 10 years ago. I saved his life from my ex stabbing him with a knife. I jumped in front to protect him. We had just met because he was a dealer and I was an addict at the time. And after things simmered down, we built an emotional connection with each other and we established a relationship with friends with benefits. And
You were still on drugs?
no. And at the time,
How'd you get off?
I went to rehab.
Good.
At the time, I lost my brother in 2019. He committed suicide after serving the country. I reached out, I stayed in touch with my friend. I reached out to him. He was there for me as I thought emotionally and understanding the state of mind and where I was at in my life. And I met him in 2019 after my brother committed suicide in December the 12th. And I told my friend that I had gotten engaged and I thought, he would be happy for me. At the time, he was going through a rough patch in his relationship and I was being there for him for emotional support. And we stayed in contact, but I do feel like my friend was jealous of my relationship with my fiance at the time because his communication had simmered down, like it wasn't frequently the way we used to talk, and I didn't understand why, but we still stayed in touch, I guess everyone.
You never asked him?
I did, and he told me he was going through some things in his baby mom and his child at the time.
All right, because my communications would change with a female friend who became engaged. They would change, particularly if they're living together, because I would want to make him comfortable. And a lot of men aren't comfortable even with friendships with their wife or fiance or living partner. So I don't know if you can put it to anything perhaps other than that. That's how I would be.
Yes, I understand, Yonder.
Calling this man's woman all the time. Talking about let's go hang out by ourselves. No, invite him.
In January of 2022, I contacted my best friend in regards to my car when it broke down. He told me to take it to the nearest AutoZone to get a diagnostic. That's what I did. And I contacted him on the phone and I said, hey, they told me I need a new alternator. He said to me, I can get the part and do everything for you for $335. I agreed to that. And on January the 23rd, my car was picked up and towed to his shop, and I picked it up that afternoon. I didn't feel like it was a need to, stay in communication because everything was fine. To my knowledge and to the ability of them when he gave me back my vehicle. On June the 2nd,
June
the 2nd, my car broke down. And
6 months later?
Yes.
And it was specifically because of the alternator you found out?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
On June the 2nd, when my car broke down, 22, I contacted Ira immediately because he was the only person that had worked on my...
Who told you it was the alternator?
The AutoZone, when he told me to initially take it,
okay.
Yes.
All right, sir, let me get some background from you.
Met the plaintiff in 2011, late 2011, early 2012. I was still in the streets. I was selling drugs, She helped me. We were close, And I'll say late 2012, I was arrested. I did about 3 years. I came home in 2015. I just decided that wasn't the life I wanted to live anymore. I went back to school. I went to technical school, and I received a degree in automotive technology.
How long did that take?
It took 13 months. Well, 14 months.
Who was supporting you at that point? Staying with your loved one or a parent or?
I was with my sister. I have a twin sister, and she actually helped me out and supported me through the whole way.
Once you started working, did you start a job working for somebody first?
Yes, I started off working at a corporate shop. I worked there for about 3 or 4 years.
And that's why I wanted you to give a little insight as to how long it took and who supported you, because it's my belief or point of view that, yes, a family member should give you a helping hand when you come out of prison if you deserve it.
Correct.
And it sounds like you deserved it.
Yes, sir.
And deserving it means you doing your best to overcome your obstacle and to get back on your feet. Some guys come home and they manipulate the loved one who moves them in. Instead of preparing themselves for the workplace, they still either enjoying life or getting back in the game. Correct. And so I applaud you. Loved ones, support your loved one when they come home from prison. That's my advice. And you're one that should have been helped, and it paid off, and you're a great example. So, all right, congratulations again.
Thank you.
Loved ones, support your loved one when they come home from prison. That's my advice. And you're one that should have been helped, and it paid off, and you're a great example.
Defendant Ira Brandt is being sued by his former friend, who claims she and Ira became friends with benefits after he sold her drugs.
What happened in your friendship with the plaintiff? Talk more about that.
Okay, honestly, nothing really happened in our friendship. I stayed in contact, but as a man, you still have to respect another man and their household and where they live and where they pay bills and stuff like that. So that's why I kind of distanced myself, because I'm not a great thinker when it comes to conflict, you know. So I just try to keep all conflict to the side, you know.
I always ask men to be honest, particularly if they were friends of mine.
Right.
That's just kind of a street code. Did you call my wife or my woman code? Talk to me. I tell her what you want to tell her, what you wanted to know. So, am I right?
Correct.
Go directly to my wife or my woman. What do y'all get to talk about that I can't know nothing about? Come there, go through me.
Right.
I want to be part of that.
Right.
Whatever it is y'all doing, I want to be part of it. Y'all like to go play pinball, I do too. Yeah. Y'all used to ride motorcycles together before me. Well, teach me how to ride. So that's how that goes.
Right.
Yeah, right. And tell me what happened with the parts. She just told me the alternator was to be fixed.
Right. She sent me, I told her how much everything would be for the parts and the labor. I didn't really charge her any labor because I just didn't want her to be stuck in, you know, a spot where she couldn't move or anything. And I know she didn't have the money to pay right away, you know what I mean? So I just helped her out. I told her to send me $335 for the parts. Not really the labor. Like I said, I was just helping a friend out. The parts came up to $325.81, and I put the parts in. That was it, pretty much. I mean, I thought we were good up until June when I received a phone call stating that it had died out again. And at the time, my car had got repossessed, so I wasn't driving, so I couldn't just like stop and automatically come to where she was at. And I was just trying to state that. And I guess she must have just took it the wrong way, you know?
But did you speculate on what may have happened? And you couldn't get to her because your car wasn't working, so you couldn't go and check it out. Could you speculate? Did you ask her some questions that may have matched what occurred?
Yes, I asked her. She was just like, they said my alternator died again. So I was more than willing to even try to help her, even just like no cost, just to help you out. You know, I don't want you to be stuck anywhere. She stated
from you, ma'am.
Yes.
On what the communications were regarding him not getting back to you.
Yes, Your Honor. On June the 2nd, I contacted him, told him the car broke down. I said, he assured me it was a new alternator is what I paid for, including his labor fee, which was $100. I explained to him that the car broke down. I said, well, if it's a new alternator, it should be covered under warranty through AutoZone because he have an account and he's a mechanic. He said, yeah, it is. We'll call him. I said, okay. So I called him a three-way. And me and my fiance, we were together and we called AutoZone. He was on the three-way. He heard them say there is nothing on file record for 2009 Nissan Rogue. And at that moment, he hung up the phone. I panicked. I cried, and I said to him, what are we going to do? I said, I don't have another mechanic. I didn't know one at the time.
What did he say had occurred with, there was no record of him even purchasing it? Isn't that what you said?
Yes, that's correct. That's what AutoZone
Did
said.
you ask him what he did?
He hung up the phone. Once they said it was nothing.
Have you talked to him since then?
I did try to contact
That's what
him.
I'm
His phone
asking.
number changed, yes, Your Honor. His number, he changed his number on me.
All right, sir. She says she hasn't spoken to you.
Yes, I understand where she's coming from. Your Honor, I changed my number before June, before the car even happened. So you had to have had my new number on file. You know what I mean? I changed my phone number in April.
Well, I want you all following up with each other. You just gave me this speech about, I just didn't want her to be without a car, and you knew she wanted her money back from you. Every day y'all do it, I want to be part of it. Y'all like to go play pinball, I do too. Yeah. We all used to ride motorcycles together before me. Well, teach me how to ride.
Defendant Ira Brandt is being sued by his former friend, who claims she and Ira became friends with benefits after he sold her drugs.
And what's your defense to not paying at all for anything?
Right here, I have the receipt from AutoZone from paying with my Cash App card that
Does
she
it say
cashed at me
new?
the money. Yes.
Can we tell whether it's new?
It has the time and the date on it that I purchased
Whether
the
it
parts.
was a new product?
Actually, they don't sell like a junkyard. It's not, AutoZone's not like a junkyard where you can just go get a used part or something like that. So everything that they sell is new.
Do you have any reason for not giving her any of her money back? Knowing
yes,
that it broke down 6 months. The alternator
Correct.
broke down 6 months after you installed it.
Other than I did it for free, I really don't have a defense. She sent me $335 for the parts, and the labor, the parts came up to $325.81.
What's this new alternator? $330 refund, please.
And I had to buy a new part, a new alternator all over again, Your Honor. That was also in there.
He never gave you the money
No,
back.
I had to buy the new mechanic, also receipt right here, evidence number 5. I bought a whole nother new alternator for
Okay.
$305.59.
305 and 335 is the first one? Is that what you're saying?
Well, yes, I gave him $335.
Yeah, 335 plus 305 is 640.59. Yeah.
Yes, and I paid the new mechanic.
right.
I had to hire $100.
What's that,
The same fee.
$100?
Yes, I paid the mechanic $100 for the labor.
labor?
Yes.
Okay.
And
741 is your judgment. Have a good day.
I will forgive you despite the odds because I do love you, but I just hope that you won't ever do that to nobody else that you claim to love.